Hi, I'm Natasha and I'm a yoga teacher. I've been teaching Hatha Yoga since 2006 and I teach on average 10 classes a week made up of one-to-one students and also classes. I teach a lot of people with bad backs and also a lot of runners, so they are my particular kind of passions really. And I really believe in how yoga can help you mentally as well as physically. So enjoy the videos. There are lots to choose from and hopefully you can kind of do a couple at a time. Thank you. So this is a 10-minute sequence for people who run a lot. So yoga and running are actually a fantastic combination, although runners do generally find yoga quite challenging because of the hip flexors, okay, so and tend to kind of get tight hamstrings and everything. But it is well worth incorporating a yoga session weekly and then kind of a little bit of, you know, yoga daily if you possibly can, if you are somebody who does like a run. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is butterfly position, also called cobbler, or its Sanskrit name is Baddha Konasana. So just from a cross-legged position, we're going to put the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. And it's quite a challenge for a lot of people, again, especially those who do run regularly. So if you find your knees are much higher than your hips, it's worth sitting on a block or a folded blanket, okay? So this stretch is really great for the groins, okay? So again, often an area of tightness if you run a lot. And they say actually that doing this position regularly will make you run faster, okay? Obviously where you kind of increase your flexibility, you've got more options when you're kind of going through your pace really. So from here, nice and tall, strong, we've got our tummy in, we're gonna inhale and lift, and we're exhaling and coming forward. So try and if you can to keep your shoulders back and just that lifting through the chest. So just check, make sure it doesn't tug your back. If it does, come up higher. And also with your knees as well. So if you find it hurts your knees, then you can put a block or again a folded blanket underneath those knees just to offer a little bit of support. And we're just focusing on the exhalation. So generally in yoga, the mouth is closed and we're just breathing through the nose. And then just slowly up we come. Super, so that's definitely a stretch that I do kind of when you can. As I said, often the hip flexors are really tight when you run. So lunges are fantastic for those hip flexors. So what we're going to do from a yoga point of view is from hands and knees, okay, step your right foot in between your feet. Okay, so what we need to make sure happens here is that the ankle and knee are in line. Okay, so lots of people, they do that. Okay, and really important that you don't do that because you're going to hurt your knee, maybe even your ankle. Okay, so really important that we kind of make sure this foot is really strong. So ankle and knee in line, hands on the floor besides, and we're going to put the left toes under and just slide that leg behind first of all. And we're going to hold that for a moment just so you get that stretch through that groin here. So just taking a moment here, and then when you're ready, you're going to tuck your toes under, lift that knee from the floor. Now, some people find that really, really challenging. Okay, so if that's too hard for you, knee stays down. Okay, it's absolutely fine. Okay, so lift it if possible. Check what happens to this foot. Sometimes the knee starts collapsing and coming out. So just make sure your foot is grounded still. And then if you want to, that extra stretch, you're breathing in and lifting your right arm up. So head can stay forward, or you can look up if you want to. You can push back into this left foot if you want that extra stretch. Just focus on your breath. And we're going to inhale and exhale and placing that right hand down. Okay, putting your left foot back down onto the floor, and then we're going to bring this leg round into a pigeon pose. So, I'm going to bring this leg round like so. So ultimately you're placing your right leg so it's in line with the short part of the mat. For most people, the heel's going to gravitate towards the thigh, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, it just means you won't go quite as low in a moment. So foot kind of facing forwards, toes under, and then sliding yourself back take a moment, it's a big, big stretch. Okay, again, you need to just check with knees. Okay, so if knees are an issue, this is not such a great stretch for you. Okay, so kind of see how it feels. If it's not good, then please do come out of it. Stay up high for a moment. If you feel you can feel okay, take more onto the elbows. Again, take a moment, have a wiggle. Okay, so often you'll be really wonky. Okay, we try to run away from the stretch here. So think about that. You'll find the spot when it's a bit like, oh, yes, I can feel it. That's when you'll know that you're in the correct kind of position. Wiggle there. Again, stay there if that's enough. If you can, then forward and head down. We're just breathing here. Okay, so just taking a breath or two. And then to release, we're going to bring the hands up. So we're going to focus here on lovely strong hands. So spread your fingers really far apart. Shoulders are back. Tucking your left toes under. So make sure they are on your mat. And then if possible, we're going to push back into down dog. So we're inhaling and exhaling. And up we come. Okay, so you might need to just adjust yourself as we kind of came into down dog a little bit differently. So feet face forwards and stretching up here. And then inhaling hands and knees, and exhale. Let's just push the bottom back onto the hips. And you might want to have your knees nice and wide here. It's more comfortable generally for adults. Maybe have a wiggle, okay? So I'm going to just spin round so you can see the other side, okay? So I'm going to do the left side now. So again, nice and strong from hands and knees. And we're stepping the left foot through. So remember, we've got this lovely, good lunge first of all. So we've got this strong, straight foot. Okay, making sure those toes are in line with the fingers. Right toes under and stretch back. Okay, so just get that groin stretch first of all. Back toes under and lift. Okay, you can press back into that heel if you want to, into that right heel if you want to. If comfortable, lift in left. Look up if that feels okay. Remember this foot, make sure it doesn't start messing around, okay? Strong. Inhale, exhale, and down. Okay, so we're going to drop the back leg down and then turning the left foot on its side. Okay, so again, ideally in line with the mat or heel towards the thigh. Sliding back. Take a moment. So we don't force ourselves in yoga, okay? We're always looking to just kind of ease as appropriate. Elbows if we can, fully down if we can. And then up you come. And then we're going to ground through those hands again. So they're really strong, shoulders are back, back toes are under, and into good old down dog. Inhale, hands and knees, and exhale, push back. Again, a fantastic stretch that I do daily for those of you who run is eye of the needle, so also called reverse pigeon. Okay, so you're on your back and you just place your left ankle bone over your right thigh and you draw your right leg in towards you. Okay, so chin in, relax your shoulders. Wonderful stretch again for those hip flexors, piriformis muscle. And just breathe. Into exhalation, release, and swapping over. So as always, you'll feel the stretch more one side than the other. It's totally normal. Just check the shoulders stay down. Ideally the chest is lifting as you breathe here. And then both knees onto your chest and have a squeeze. So again, backs and hips tend to get quite tight and congested. Hands on your knees and just circling round. So Again, if you run regularly, this will kind of really benefit you. And the other way. And then you might want to just gently bring your knees into your chest and lift your head to your knees. And then relaxing your head back down. So that sequence is really nice to do, you know, maybe after a run, or even, you know, a couple of times a week on days maybe that you're not running. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. There are quite a few to choose from, so it might be really nice to do a sequence of 3 or 4 each day if you possibly can.